This is Batman. You're watching Kyle Reviewed.
Hey guys, just finished watching Batwoman, Season 1, Episode 7, Tell Me the Truth. This episode was kind of interesting. A bit of a filler episode though, so it's kind of like disappointing that we didn't continue along the storyline with Alice or anything like that. I'm interested in this episode, but she does very little in this episode, and it looks like next week's episode is going to be a little bit more focused on trying to stop her and stuff, and she is a bit of a part of this episode, but she's not really kind of the focus of this episode. But it is interesting that she's still kind of slightly pulling the strings and stuff, so I like how it's not entirely a filler episode. It's not just like a villain of the week. If they're going to do that, have it tie into her, right? So I think it was okay. I should like to see it a little bit more focused on Alice, that she is like the best part of this show. She's the best actress on the show, and everything's really good. And we're just getting a bit better with Ruby Rose here for acting wise sometimes. Just like it looks like she's looking a little bit more convincing, but it's like you can almost tell like in this episode that they're not even, the show doesn't even trust her acting, just because they don't even focus on her. You got some great scenes at the end of the episode where it's like, oh, perfect for her to act into, but yet they cut around it. They never really show, they never just kind of hold on her face like they would if they had a better actress for this role. And that's just kind of disappointing, but because especially when we just had a great episode on Arrow, if we go back to episode 2 of this season for Arrow, where we had Katie Cassidy having to deal with fallout of what's going on there and fallout of Crisis, and she had a great episode, and you watch those scenes and they kind of hold on to her, allowing her to kind of chew up the scenery and kind of push her acting, show how great she is at acting when she's given great stuff. So it's just kind of disappointing to see that when you compare the contrast. And a lot of people are watching, all 4 shows. It just kind of stands out when you're after you've seen that, then you go and you see this, and they cut around completely without showing her too much. I mean, it looked like she was able to cry a little bit. I mean, some actors can't, some actors and actresses, can't do that on their own. So it's it's not everyone can just cry on command. I understand on that, but for her to even have some emotion. It was just kind of, it looked like a little better, but they didn't really kind of hold on her to allow us to see it or whatnot. So I don't know. I'm just wondering if there's kind of a different angle, the way they shot it could have focused on her at the end when she got that little medal from Sophie. But they didn't really allow her to see that. But I don't know if there would have been any acting really there to show. So that was kind of okay, and it was interesting playing with the whole, Sophie finding out that Kate's Batwoman throughout this whole episode, and then pulling the switcheroo and all that stuff, and, it was nothing super duper. It wasn't like, remember that episode where she found out, so it was a really forgetful episode. That really storyline didn't really stand out or anything like that. But yeah, it was just kind of an okay episode. Nothing really kind of interesting happened. It was cool. We meet Julia Pennyworth type thing, so that's interesting. We see that, which is Alfred Pennyworth's daughter type thing, or his daughter, I think, yeah, or maybe his granddaughter too. That was kind of interesting dealing with that. So it would be cool to see that, maybe build up that relationship with Kate and Julia. But it doesn't seem like they really want to do anything like that with her, because she just kind of comes in and says, "Oh yeah, I'm gone. See ya. Gotta go." So that could be interesting dealing with that. And they never really touch upon, where the hell is Alfred? Is Alfred with Bruce? There would be something cool to see. And this is something, especially in this episode when they were about to go down to the Batcave, and then, Mary shows up. They need to start, using the Batcave maybe at Dwayne Manor. I imagine that's kind of not really locked up. And maybe Julia or, Lucius or Luke, would have the access to that. And then they can actually use, the Batmobile. That'd be something cool to see bring into this show. Or maybe if that's too expensive for this show, which seems like it is, which is kind of a bummer, maybe have them actually use like the Bat bike, Bat motorcycle, something like that. Something a little bit more, than just a regular motorcycle, right? So I think that would be something that's, would make more sense for them to be able to do. She'd be able to get to situations a lot more faster if she had access to the entire Bat, utility belt, everything with the cars, the boats, the planes, the hang gliders, all that stuff would be really cool to throw into this show. And I think they need to kind of build up more on the kind of villains, because Gotham did villains really, really well. They got a lot of those costumes lying around, so maybe they could just go use those and just kind of put them into this show. I think they could be really, really well done. You got great costumes from Gotham, like the Scarecrow, that you could turn him into a villain. That could be really cool, but just using the same costume, right, that they had built for that. So that could be really fun. Definitely can't wait to see as to where things go. We did get the reveal, Jacob that that Kate was Batwoman, but we never really saw his reaction to that, and then they took it away type thing. We don't even see we don't even see Kate. We don't even see Sophie tell him back, no, sorry, I made a mistake. Kate's not Batwoman type of thing. But I would have liked to have seen his reaction to that, how he would process that, maybe him approach Kate about that, instead of just him. Oh, we never get a reaction to him, and then cut, and then we move on, and we never go back to it. It's just, oh my God, he knows, and that's it. We never see his reaction. We never see how he takes it. We never anything like that. You don't really get to see him process that. So that was just kind of a waste of time there, and it didn't really kind of stand out. I think they could have really done this. There could have been a more memorable episode, especially with the reveal of Kate's identity. If everyone had been, really, really believing it. She was trying not to believe, and she tried so hard to kind of push everyone away and make everyone not believe it. And at the last second, she finds a way to, prove to everyone that she's not Batwoman, right? Just when you think that her secret identity is completely out there, right? But that could have been really interesting to play with that, but they didn't really take that opportunity to play that up with this storyline. They could have played it up a lot well and used it a lot better. So yeah, let me know what you think, guys, about this episode in the comments below. Season 1, episode 7, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Hi, this is Kevin Conroy, talking to you from the library of Wayne Manor. You may know me as Batman. I just want you to know that you're watching Kyle Reviewed. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman.